The big elephant in the room, though. The big elephant in the room, though, is will Mavado come to Jamaica to bury his mother? That's the big elephant in the room. Father God, will make them fight me so hard. A lucky thing send me no coward. A lucky thing me put me trust in the Lord. Man, right now, his words are so prophetic. Anyway, welcome back to SouFLoTV again, everybody. It is your host with the most. So, singer, DJ, Sing J, dancehall music icon, reggae music icon Mavado recently lost his mother. So I'm saying send out a prayer to Mavado because right now, Mavado is going through a whole lot. Not just with his mom. You know what I'm saying? So, Mavado's mother passes as his son heads to sentencing. Some say this is karma. Somebody says sentencing for what? If you don't know it, Mavado's son was incarcerated at 16 years old and he was held for 2 years where he was tried after and found guilty of murder, arson, illegal possession of firearm, a bag of charges. So he's looking at some serious time behind bars, if not a life sentence. So to have that happen and then followed up by your mother's death, how much can one man bear? That's a lot of sadness. You know what I'm saying? Some people are saying it's karma. I don't know about that. I don't know about anything that the man did to anybody, why this would be his karma. But what I do know is life comes at us in ways that we just have to handle it and survive through it. You know what I'm saying? It's certainly back-to-back sadness for him. The thing about this is his son was supposed to be sentenced originally on the 13th of March. His mom passed away the day before. So his son sentencing was postponed until the 19th of March, where Dante Brooks will still stand before a court of law to be sentenced to however many years they are going to give him in prison. He has already been found guilty. Wow. How did his mom die? Was she sick? Was she sick for a lengthy period of time? If she was, and Mavado was not able to be close to her, then we would have to say, wow, he was really staying out of Jamaica that even couldn't even come look for him sick mother, don't it? I don't know if mama had papers and she was able to fly out and go be with her son. I don't know the intricate details of his life. But what I do know is she has passed away. And the big question is he going to come to Jamaica to bury his mother? Now, okay, he didn't show up for any part of his son's incarceration, or his son's trial, I should say. Incarceration, they held Dante for 2 years. In a case where Mavado's name is also all over that case, if you follow that story. So at one point, the Jamaica police them said that they needed Mavado to come in for questioning. He fled the island. His story was from his side that he had pending dates. You know, he had business that was already set in place to be done. So he simply left and went off to do his business. So he never went in for that questioning. They never called for him to return to the island as in extradition or anything like that. So he's free and about in the US or wherever else he travels. But he has not returned to Jamaica since then. They held on to his son. They kept him for 2 years. Mavado still never came back to the island at all. They put his son on trial after 2 years. Mavado still never came back to the island at all. And now his mom passes away. So people are saying, well, damn, if him couldn't come back for his son's incarceration and trial, maybe he'll come back for his mother's funeral. If he does not come back to bury his mom, then that will tell us a lot. If he does come back to bury his mom, depending on what happens, that will answer all the questions. Let me lay it out for you like this. If he does not come back to bury his mom, then that will tell us that he definitely is running away from and has decided to stay out of Jamaica because trouble dead there. You know them have it to say that if he comes back to Jamaica, not only are they going to take him in for questioning because he is so closely associated with the case that his son just got found guilty in, but they will probably hold on to him, arrest him, and probably end up putting him on trial as well. So he's running from that. That's what's in the air. Seeing? Why would you not come back to bury your mom though? So if he does not come back, it clearly shows that he is running away and he is staying away. However, if he does come back to Jamaica and he does bury his mom and then he flies back out of the country and he is not touched, meaning police never haul and pull him, them never take him in for questioning and held him or anything like that, then that will also answer the question as to was he in any trouble with the law in Jamaica before he decided to stay out of the country. I noticed another thing. MVP look like them break up. So Jamil, which is the spearhead for Patriots movement, Alkaline, which is the spearhead for Vendetta movement, and Mavado, of course, is the spearhead for the Gully movement. So you have MVP, which is their music brand, their group that they formed with these three stars, Alkaline, Mavado, and Jamil. I saw Jamil back in Jamaica on other talk shows like The Fix and so on, where he talked about, you know, a part of his life where him did lost, him never know what going on, and he had to find himself, and that's not him. He came back to himself now. And then I see Alkaline off doing shows on his own while Mavado is going through all this. I haven't heard any of them make any mention or any comments as to anything that has anything to do with Mavado's son being incarcerated, how Mavado is feeling, how their music venture is going. Are they going to stick together as MVP, or are they disbanding and going their separate ways now? And is it because of trouble why they have decided? Because you don't know. Jamil's camp might decide to say, hey, there's a lot going on right now with a murder conviction, something that we might want to separate, right, from that. So Alkaline's team might have said the same thing. Or maybe they all three sat down and said, Mavado probably sit down as the bigger man and say, listen, we don't know how this thing work already, seen? You ride with it or you don't ride with it, but you don't know say backlash is going to come. So if it's going to hit me, it's the possibility of it happening. So if it's going to hit me, I don't want it impact you guys' career. So let's disband the MVP thing for now. Everybody go do them things, stand on them own for a minute, and then when it's time, the time is right in the future, we will bring MVP back together and storm a stage somewhere outside and tear down the place. We don't know. Like I said before, I'm going to say it again though. Remember this. Trouble finds us in life, man, even when we are sidestep trouble. But what I also know is trials and tribulations befalls all of us at some point. So there's no rejoicing. There's no being happy about any of this. It is what it is. And a man just have to stand up and live him live and go through his fire. This is Mavado's fire. That's why I started out by saying if you pray, say a prayer for him. Because I'm sure he needs it right now. He needs that strength there right now. I would. I'm a father. I would. To see my 18-year-old son about to be sentenced, and I know that the possibility is life in prison, or him getting more years in prison than the number of years he has been on earth already. My young son, that would have tear me up inside. But to lose my mom the day before my son's sentencing, that is like a double whammy. That's a punch combination with an uppercut and a belly shot. And you're on the ground and then a stump in your head. That hits hard. So my condolences to Mavado for the loss of his mom. Because you know already, mommy was saying, and every real man respect their mother. And if you know anything about Mavado and his mom, they were close. Okay? So if you have a good mother and you lose your good mother, that alone hurts. But his trouble is piling up because on top of losing mom, his son is about to be gone as well. Not gone from earth, but gone from freedom. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. It's SouFLoTV, and I'll catch you on the next video. Stay tuned for all our Jamaican videos, because we were in Jamaica recently. And we were there for a little bit of time, and we got a whole bunch of video footage coming up. Alright, so stay tuned to those as well. Walk good, people. Walk good. Peace.